There. I walked out to the bee yard today. It's pretty cold out here. It's minus 35 right now. With the wind chill, it's closer to minus 50. We had a good blizzard a few days ago and got decent snowfall. In this type of cold, most of the hives will get all frosty up at the top entrance. Sometimes there'll even be an icicle sticking out of the top entrance. So that's just because it's minus 35 out here, and then the cluster is putting off heat inside each hive, and that warm, moist air that's escaping the colony condenses and then gets all frosty up at the top there. And most of them get all frosty. I'll show a little better. Another normal thing to see this time of year is dead bees in the snow. That's a good sign. If there's dead bees in the snow, there's live bees inside the hive. So that means they were strong enough that those bees that are old, that would have died anyways, they can actually break away from the cluster and fly out to die, instead of just dropping to the bottom of the hive. Oh, see there? That's more like an icicle. Sometimes there's actually it looks like an icicle. That's more just frosty. Another thing, they're melting the snow away. So that's just from the heat coming off the hives. It starts to melt the snow. I was considering burying my hives again in snow this year, but it's a lot of work burying them, and then it's a lot of work digging them out in the spring. As you can see, not every hive gets frosty up at the top. There's a good example. I don't know if that means that the hive is doing better or worse, or if it really makes any difference. Maybe the bees control it. Maybe if they're closer to the entrance, they can keep it from frosting over. I don't really know. See, it's melting out the snow in front of the hive there. If they get buried in snow, they'll melt out like a cave in front of the hive. There'll be, about a foot melted out in front of the hive, and they'll melt it right down to the grass. And then the bees will fly out in there to die or do cleansing flights or get water. I probably won't bury them in snow this year. It's a lot of work. And then digging them out in the spring is a real pain, but I don't know, we'll see. The snow does give them extra insulation and protect them from the wind, but they're in a pretty good spot already. I mean, they're surrounded by trees here, so it's a pretty calm, good spot. Oh, that pollen feeder worked at keeping the snow out. There's no snow on the inside, so yeah, we'll see how the hives do throughout the winter. So here's another example of the dead bees. That's a good sign. Oh yeah, this one's really frosty. We're already, mid-January just about, so it's a good sign here. These are my last nukes that I made up. They look good. So we'll see. It still is pretty early to say how well they'll winter, but so far so good. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how they do. Hopefully they're all right in there. You can actually see bees up at the top on this one. Alright, that's enough bugging them. I'm gonna head home. It's too cold.